What's good everyone, it's Smudge here and today we're going to talk Nuketown. I was hesitant to release a Nuketown video straight away on Tuesday when the map dropped because I didn't really know how it would play, how people would be playing it and generally kind of what its vibe would be. So I spent the past couple of days playing it and I think I found some pretty helpful tricks to help you bag those high kill games you're seeing all over YouTube at the moment and level up your weapons, which take forever in this game, as quickly as you can at the same time. And the gameplay you're watching today turns out to be a little 50 kill action that I got yesterday or the day before. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. We are on the road to 1,000 subs and I'd love to have you along for the journey. So first up is reading the lobby. Now, you're going to know as soon as you get into a game if it's a sweaty, aggressive lobby from the moment you start with MP5s and AK-47s rushing you, or you're going to know if it's a lobby where all people want to do is sit on head glitches with M16s and AUGs. You will know. Those are the two main lobbies. I found occasionally you might find a rare and shiny objective based lobby, but I won't count on that too much. So let's break down those two lobbies, what you can do to control them and kind of capitalise off them. So if we start off with the more aggressive lobbies, the most important thing here is getting out of your spawn, which I know is easier said than done, but the worst thing you can do is spawn die, and then just sit in your spawn trying to absorb some of the pressure, because it'll only end in more deaths for you until eventually the spawns decide to flip, which in Nuketown they seem to be taking a while to decide to flip. I don't ever remember it being quite this bad in previous Nuketowns, but they just seem really reluctant to flip you over to the other spawn. Maybe if it's one rogue player sat in their house that is throwing the game off a bit, but they're really struggling to flip spawns when I feel like they should have been flipped kind of 30 seconds a minute ago. I'm still sat there spawn dying. If spawns do flip, that's your chance to be aggressive yourself. You're going to want to kill them while they're looking the other way, and after that you're going to want to push on essentially kind of like to that mid-map, maybe just over mid-map, kind of like 60% of the way, and kind of hold them there and spawn trap them like they've been doing to you. That is the best way to counteract these people, is to be aggressive yourself and keep them spawn trapped. And finally, in these lobbies, make sure to keep a Sigma in your back pocket, because if they're an aggressive team, they'll have spy planes, counter spy planes flying all the time. The last thing you want is to be picked off because someone's got a spy plane in the air. As well as that, it works towards camo challenges for your Sigma, and if they have aerial score streaks too, it's a pretty easy way to unlock some more camos, just relieve some pressure on you and the team. Onto those campier, slower and more annoying in my opinion, there's M16 and AUG lobbies where people are sat on the world's tiniest head glitch, on the tiniest little crack through a door, like looking through the hinge of a door. First up, I don't know why Nuketown does this to people, but like lemmings off a cliff, everyone just keeps running down the same line of sight directly into these power positions that these M16 sweats are holding. I know you want to kill them, I get that, I want to kill them too. You're making yourself an easy target. You're just running repeatedly, handing them score streaks, handing them easy kills. And in case you don't know, the most common lines of sight for these players are obviously the top windows, looking through the removal truck, either from the head glitch on the removal truck or from the back garage either side. And in that garage, the door that leads through to it, in Yellow House I'm pretty sure it is that door that leads through to the garage. You can see all the way down the other side of the house and into that spawn, and you're pretty much untouchable unless someone else has an M16 or a sniper rifle. Just so you're aware, those are where the best lines of sight are. It's where you're going to find a lot of these players if you are still trying to figure out where you're getting killed from. Once you know where someone is, make it your aim to just stay away from them. Don't go in the line of sight if you can. Obviously Nuketown, quite a small hectic map, easier said than done once again, but it is possible. Just kind of stay out of their way. The M16, the AUG can cut you down in one burst. It's really not pleasant. I wish they'd kind of do something to it, because I'm tired of rounding a corner and just getting my head ripped clean off. Not giving them the chance to even kill you is the best way you can kind of tackle them. If you're really getting desperate, I'd say whack out a smoke grenade, just pop that in the middle of the map, and at least then you can maybe get some form of flank on them. At least you can get up close and personal and kind of try to deal with them. It really is just all about staying in cover as much as you can and just not giving them that opportunity to even pop you, because with a gun as powerful as it is, it's not like, you know, if you're coming up against the Galil or the AK-47, you might be able to slide behind some cover. They're killing you instantly. Like, good luck with that. if we move on kind of more generally, talking about getting those high kill games and working towards those elusive camos, Nuketown, as you may have already figured out from that last section, is all about angles and keeping yourself hard to hit. Everyone knows that the windows are full of campers, that garage door full of campers. Everyone knows about them, but my favourite angle on Nuketown is at the top of the garden stairs, not on the yellow house. God, what colour is that house? Is it blue? God knows I played enough Nuketown, I should probably know that. On the garden stairs, the wooden stairs, hop up on the stair rail, walk all the way up to the top, and you've got a lovely little line of sight where you can rack up long shots, headshots, killing enemies behind the cover, because that one drives me insane. Essentially the whole lot. You're pretty hard to hit, especially if people aren't watching their kill cams back, or if you're playing it on hardcore mode maybe. You're a bit of a nuisance to the enemy team, and I know I just said it's full of people holding head glitches, holding really weird lines of sight, but if you are going for these camos and trying to get high kill games, sometimes this is what you're going to have to do in these lobbies, is people are going to run at you. Like I said before, people are lemmings in Nuketown. They just run the same line of sight, trying to kill the person that's killed them 5 times before. You might as well use that to your advantage while you can. And this leads quite nicely on to the next one, which is finding a nice angle to work from is good. Knowing when not to overstay your welcome is better. Enemies will funnel towards you, and you're not invincible. You may think you are, maybe you're on a nice, 7, 8, 9, 10 kill streak, and you're feeling yourself, you're finessing a little bit. That doesn't mean you should overstay your welcome. Hop down off the stair rail and find somewhere else. Maybe it's time to get aggressive, maybe it's time to sit back at a different angle. Just don't overstay your welcome. At this point, move on to greener pastures, find a different area. Alternatively, I'm sure you all know that it's easy to spawn trap in Nuketown, it's easy to get in behind enemies and clean up, and people seem to forget that climbing up through the window is the best way to do this, so basic tip guys, don't forget them. Talking briefly about perks, if you have the perk greed wildcard unlocks, then please, for the love of God, equip tap mask and flat jacket. Flat jacket essentially makes you invincible to explosives at the moment, and with the distance grenades flying Cold War, you can essentially get naded off spawn if you don't have it. Give yourself some breathing room pretty much with it. And I'm also a big fan of Quartermaster as a perk on Nuketown. It recharges your equipment over 25 seconds, I think it is. It's great for buying yourself kind of unlimited grenades if you want to be that person. I mean, everyone's running flat jackets, so it doesn't really matter, but I enjoy it personally. If you don't have perk greed unlocks, then Lawbreaker is a great one to equip. Lets you take 2 perks in the same class. I definitely make sure you have a flat jacket on regardless. The other 2 slots are kind of up to you depending on what you're going for. And leaning more towards unlocking camos over high kill games just for a second, you're going to be trying to hit one of the most annoying camo challenges this year, which is killing enemies while they are detected or revealed by field equipment. Luckily Nuketown's great for this, it's a small map, so like one field mic will cover pretty much half the map. My personal favourite is to try and flank enemies, get a field mic down in their spawn, and then if you die, any enemy you kill coming out of their spawn, you're going to get a kill for that. You're going to kill an enemy that is revealed. I would make a note that because aerial score streaks are so prominent in this game, make sure your field mic or whatever you're using is kind of tucked away in a corner away from windows. Make sure it's indoors, because the moment a napalm strike and artillery strike comes over, you're going to lose it, and it's pretty annoying to have to wait for it to go all the way back up, especially if you are trying to get these kills. And finally, like all Cold War games so far, remember that skill-based matchmaking will kick your ass in this game. Some games you just kind of had to chalk it. The game was a loss the moment you spawned in. You come up against the sweatiest 6-man team you've ever seen, all using M16s and AUGs, cracked out their mind on energy drinks. Maybe it's just the sheer volume of people playing it currently, but skill-based matchmaking seems to be getting worse in Nuketown. Or maybe that's because the number of kills fluctuate massively game to game. I don't know what it is. Either way, sometimes you just got to chalk it. Make the most of Nuketown 24/7 and the double XP this weekend, guys. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.